All right, let's get right into it. You've poured hours, maybe even days, into getting your resume just right. It looks sharp, it feels good, and you're so close to sending it off for that dream job. But wait, before you hit that submit button, we're going to run it through one last super important check. Welcome to your final resume checklist.
Oh, I know that feeling. Your finger is just hovering over submit application. All that hard work, it all comes down to this one click. But you know, this is the exact moment where a quick 5-minute check can be the difference between your resume landing in the yes pile or just disappearing into the void. So let's make sure you're actually ready.
Think of this as your final quality gate. It's just a simple 4-step inspection to make sure your resume isn't just looking good to you, but that it's perfectly tuned to pass every single test the modern job application process is going to throw at it, from robot readers all the way to a real-life hiring manager.
Okay, first up, and this is probably the biggest technical hurdle, one that trips up so many people. Before any human even lays eyes on your resume, you have to get past the robot gatekeeper.
And that robot? It's called an applicant tracking system, or ATS for short. Now here's the thing you've got to remember. Your very first audience is a piece of software. It's designed to scan and filter applications. So if your resume isn't formatted in a way this software can actually read, well, it's game over before you even start. So what's the secret? Well, the ATS loves simplicity. It wants standard fonts, a clean single-column layout, and totally normal headers like experience and education. It gets completely confused by fancy graphics, tables, or any of those artsy fonts. Seriously, go ahead and pause this explainer right now and just do a quick check. Is your resume playing by the robot's rules?
All right, so your formatting is clean, you're past the robot. Now it's time for gate number 2. This one is all about speaking the right language.
And listen, this is so important. Both the ATS and the human recruiter who comes after it are literally scanning for specific skills and qualifications that they pulled directly from the job posting. If they're asking for project management and your resume says you oversaw projects, a machine might miss that. You've got to mirror their language.
Here's a super fast way to do this. Just pull up the job description right next to your resume. Find the top 5 to 10 most important things they're asking for. You know, stuff like data analysis, client relations, or maybe a specific software. Now, just make sure those exact phrases are woven naturally into your resume. It's a matching game, and you have to win it.
Okay, you're past the robot. You're using the right keywords. Now for the third gate. This is where you make your resume absolutely impossible to ignore. This is where you prove your value. Look, anyone can list their job duties, manage social media, wrote reports. It's fine. But top candidates, they show their achievements. They use numbers, percentages, and hard data to show the impact they made. It is the huge difference between saying what you did and proving how well you did it. I mean, this slide says it all. Just look at the power of these metrics. Manage social media accounts becomes grew social media engagement by 45% in 6 months. Responsible for sales reports turns into created automated sales reports, saving 10 hours per week. Which person would you hire? It's a no-brainer, right? Numbers are the language of achievement. And here we are, the final gate. This is your big picture reality check. It's a really quick test to decide if this job is truly a great fit for you before you spend any more time or energy on it.
Here's the general rule of thumb, the 70% test. You do not need to be a 100% perfect match for every single bullet point in a job description. In fact, almost nobody ever is. But if you meet at least 70% of the core requirements, you are a strong, competitive candidate who should for sure apply.
So how do you figure that out? It's easy. Just look at the job description and pull out the top 10 qualifications they seem to care about the most. Now just be honest and count how many you have direct experience with. Is that number 7 or higher? If it is, then boom, that's your green light. You're a great fit for this role.
And just like that, you've passed the final quality gate. You've checked your resume for the technical stuff, the language, and the strategy that really matters. You are officially cleared for submission.
So let's do one last rapid-fire recap. Is your resume readable by the robot? Check. Are you using the exact keywords they're looking for? Check. Are you showing your impact with awesome metrics? Check. And are you a 70% or better match for the job? Check. You've covered all the bases.
See, your resume isn't just a piece of paper anymore. It's a strategic tool, totally optimized for how hiring works today. You can now click that submit button, not just with hope, but with real, actual confidence.
So now that you know your resume is a powerful tool, ready to make an impact, the only real question left is, what's your first move going to be? Now go make it happen.